Hello guys. I've basically just acquired Bayonetta 2, and I'm going to try it out for the first time. So, I mean, I have good experiences playing the original game on the Xbox 360. I don't actually have the collector's edition on the Wii U, so unfortunately I don't have that version. But I'm actually really excited about this game because like the reviews the game has had are really good. I've enjoyed the first title, so everything points out that this is going to be a really awesome experience, with tons of action. I think we're just going to play through the story mode. I think these are, yeah, difficulty levels. I'm just going to go for second climax, aka normal. The game is already difficult enough as is. Like, it does rely on you failing a couple of times, so I'm okay with playing this on normal. Like, playing this on hard is not worth it. I would die a little too often. Unfortunately, my skill level's not that high. Colors look very pretty, if that's one thing. Oh, okay, I can actually move in this environment. Yeah, I'm just gonna enjoy the intro cutscene. A little bit, okay. Yeah, so yeah, there was one interesting review from Polygon. That was one of the lowest ratings I've seen for this game, and basically the whole premise for him giving a lower rating was that the amount of gratuitous, like, crotch shots was definitely not great.
A legend from the dawn of time. Nobody knows where the world came from.
Yeah, and like that was his whole problem, was like the shots, which I can see being a problem from like what I've seen online of the game, like some videos playing it. But you know, fundamentally, I'm playing this game because the action looks incredible.
Most of all, ours.
And that's what matters to me the most.
Became known as AC.
And it seems like the start is like very similar to the one on Xbox 360 when I started. So you can control your character while they're doing the opening kind of cutscene, which is quite cool. So you get used to the controls without them telling you anything. So just trying different buttons. Also, if you never played Bayonetta 1, the game is like full of non-stop action. This does not look any different.
Where we only see
I mean, yeah.
to make it match our rules of the world.
This looks awesome.
Through reality. And those visions became our world.
Yeah. Like, I'm really glad that that Nintendo of all companies has helped Platinum Games secure the funding for the second episode and really kind of stepped up on the marketing of it. The problem, obviously, is that the Wii U does not have a massive install base, so I think a lot of people are potentially going to miss out on this title.
And entrusted each,
which is a shame. Like, it's a really good action title. Like the first one was, and everything's in the games, and the second one is as well. So I'm really looking forward to this. This is definitely. This game definitely deserves its mature rating. That's not a question. Like, there is no way I would recommend this game to someone under the age of 16. No way.
With control of the eyes
I mean,
of the world, the eyes that
like, yeah, no.
humans could choose their own.
I mean, the whole. It's definitely a mature game. There's no question about it. It's a very enjoyable game, but it's. I mean, the whole cinematography is quite mature, so. Yeah.
And we took our first big step.
So, by the way, right now while I'm playing it,
the inheritors
I've tried the demo for a little bit.
They've been granted.
So by pressing the like ZR button, I get to like dodge or dash and transform into that kind of like panther. The B button's like to jump, and then I'm using X and A to kind of do the combos. Yeah. But I'm sure like they'll do the explanations throughout the games. Like, that's the thing with a lot of modern games. They do like coach you for the controls.
A lumen sage. Cheeky.
Yeah.
No one bothered telling me any of your kind survived.
Yeah, one thing is, I don't know. The story is maybe no, the story's gonna be over the top. That's not. That's probably quite true. Yeah, I don't know what to think actually of the main character. It's quite. I'm not 100% sure. I think she's one of the cooler characters, but yeah, there's a little too many of those shots. And by that I mean the, like, well, Ash crossed shots.
What?
Rather than, I don't know, like, that's gonna be doubtless. And I'm pretty sure, like, even in the first one, if they did a little less of it, it'd be perfect. Like, the character would be awesome. Like, just right. As it is, it's a little too much. A tiny bit too much. At least a tiny bit too much. I barely played through this.
You will not escape this fate. We will perish together.
I think that's the bad guy from the first one. So at the end of the first one, you obviously have this massive climax, destroy him.
My dear, sweet child, at last you have fulfilled your promise to me.
Yeah, so that was the bad guy from
For I am old.
the first one, and I don't necessarily. It's a bit of a interesting decision, but like because we're starting with him, like I guess like for those who have played the last game know that this is a direct sequel, even storyline wise. Like it comes right after. It's not a prequel. It's not like set 5 years in the future. It's you're playing right now. I've received the bewitchment. I have no idea what that means. I am instead gonna just play the prologue. Because that's what I care about in my action games, is playing. The loading screen's nice in that you can control it, but the loading screen from the previous games allowed you to kind of control Bayonetta and like try out different combos. While this one looks a little more ethereal and nicer, I guess. Well, like these double helix strands. I kind of feel that like it was better to do it that way, to try. I like the like trying out your own moves and combos. That was quite cool. Well, it's nice to work it into the cutscene, I guess, rather than just have a separate credit section. Ugh.
The government has organized a team to investigate the continued reports of unusual weather and strong earthquakes occurring throughout the region.
Where is this taking?
We're trying to determine the source of these phenomena.
I mean, the way they're advertising it, it would seem that it's taking place in North America, but I mean that would be my guess. But I mean, outside of the language, right? Like the ethics of it all.
You know what I need? Some heels without guns. You don't mind if we make a quick stop, do you?
Do you know what day's coming up? There I was shopping, minding my own business.
See, I like scenes like this.
Seriously, Bayonetta, you still haven't paid me back for the car.
They just make almost.
Now, is that any way to speak to an old...
These are the character development cutscenes I like. Like they're so ridiculous and over the top. Like when you think of the rest of the game, like Bayonetta literally is a ridiculous killing machine against angels and demons, and then in this she just wears like a fluffy hat.
This is why I can't have good things.
And has the other guy carrying presents.
If you weren't already lined up to go to Inferno, you'd be well on your way with all the shit you pull. Dressing up like a nun just so you could off some angels and keep the underworld happy.
That's a reference to the first game. So in the first game, Bayonetta's like, you don't know it's Bayonetta. Like a nun is introduced, goes in a graveyard, and then some angels come in.
Break the contract. Forget about it. Right off the fucking
okay.
bastards all damn day. Oh, hey.
Not sure why that woman was walking without even leggings. Something for the absolutely ridiculous cold weather outside in broad daylight.
And done. Let's go home, Enzo.
Hey, wait
I get the
a
main
second.
character is
I
wearing
ain't
like
done here.
a very strange dress
If I don't
because
get what
she's
I came
ridiculous.
for, I'm gonna
In the
be
nice
the
way.
biggest mutt
Like,
in the
she's
city.
completely over the top.
And what is it that you came to fetch, my dear?
Yeah, I'm not as convinced,
I know
like,
better
of
than to tell you a damn
civilians
thing.
not
I'll
being
never hit a
completely
fucking
covered up in this wood, like, in this weather. I don't know, I'm pretty sure that was not premium voice acting.
You always know how to make an entrance, John.
I just like moments like that, like she just,
Had something I had.
like they both like just catch the presents perfectly.
You haven't felt anything.
And then they just
strange.
don't care and throw them on the ground like next to the guy.
I still haven't
That-
quite
that's-
figured out how a broke, bumbling wise guy.
That's the kind of stuff I really like, is like those little details.
Respectable family man.
Forget about it. And what's this Ceresa shit? You're about as sweet as my Nona's grappa, you know that? Some witch with amnesia goes around calling herself a weapon, and it turns out she really got stuck with a kid's nickname. That shit's rich, I tell you what.
I think that's trying to be a New Yorker / Philadelphian accent.
I'm sure you've noticed,
I would hope so. I mean, he's also
but they aren't the only.
like that's what it's ringing bell to.
Our friends down south seem to be a bit upset as well.
And now in Lighthouse, the annual holiday parade is being held today. City police have closed off roads to prepare for the massive influx of merrymakers expected to take in this year's festivities, set to be headlined by a flyover from the military's aerial acrobatics unit.
So yeah, if you, by the way, if you didn't know, Platinum Games was the editor of this game. So Platinum Stars is probably not a random choice.
The Platinum Stars.
Probably not. I would
Hurry up
guess.
and get Ed and Edna's presents, or I'm gonna get it.
But yeah, like
We'll talk later. I'll see you back home.
I really like the scenes where the characters develop, but there's nothing to do with the game. Like that present scene for me was awesome because it develops the characters' personalities, and in a good way, in a fun way. That's not, and it shows that the game doesn't take itself too seriously, or that's my view on it. But yeah, like when you have a main character dressed like that, there's no way the team's taking itself seriously.
What's the matter with you? I told you what I'm after. A jet! I want a toy jet! You know, the kind with wings, flies in the sky. No, I'm not buying any damned angels. Yellow, blue,
Yeah.
I don't care what color they
Yeah, I
are.
really hope they're
learned my
going for a
lesson from those
northeastern
bastards,
accent,
you hear
like
me?
states northeastern.
Damn jet, please!
Um,
You hear that? I want one of those!
I mean, I do suspect this is taking place in North America, but it doesn't feel. I don't know if they're trying to make this similar to New York.
Wrap it up nice, will you? It's a present, for God's sakes. Yo! You know what? Screw the pretty ribbon. Just hurry up and put it in the box, will ya?
Wait, what? Why is that? Okay, for some reason there's a jet going in there.
You know, I try to avoid doing this in my Sunday best.
Like, yeah, Bayonetta is ridiculously over the top as a game, and the character's actually awesome. I've decided it's the camera shots that are bad. The character herself is really sweet, is really awesome, in the right way.
At least your lot still knows how to make an entrance.
I think this cutscene is getting to the point where I would be. Wait, what? Yeah, and that was not as easy. Jesus. Holy smokes. Like, I'm not convinced that was as needed. No, okay. And then there are these cutscenes, which not as much a fan of. I think if it was just once, I know I'm gonna see things like that again, which is why which is why I'm commenting on it. If it was just really one time, maybe, but it's gonna happen again. Okay. By the way, this is the moment where I should be maybe controlling the game and doing this sweet stuff. That'd be nice, right? I'm sure I can take on these guys. They can't be that hard, right? But do I get to control it? Yes, I get to control the character. I am probably not going to use the touch controls. I am too used to playing with a gamepad to want to use touch controls. Okay, so, let's, I think I know how to punch. I definitely know how to kick. There we go. Yeah, so I know how to... So this stuff is really cool as well. So if you look like on the right side of the screen, it'll it'll basically like say how many times you've tried each of these combos in like this, what they call training mode. And like if you like just button mash, try like a bunch of stuff and like one or two, and you find yourself like going, actually this is really nice. Like it'll tell you how you did it, which is something I really like. I really like little touches like that. Like where they tell you what you've done. Okay, so... Right, so like for the punch and kick buttons, I guess, like, yeah. Like that was really sweet. Like if they had the stuff on the side, that would have been a good time to have the stuff on the side, because I really wanted to look. Yeah, so the punch button gets you the kind of fist guns, and the A button gets you the feet guns. Because Bayonetta has 4 guns, which she has 2 in her hands and 2 on her heels, which again is ridiculous, but why not? So ZR, I knew from the demo how to do. By the way, if you get this game, dodging, it's my advice to get better at this game easily would be to just jam the evade button a bunch, because it will work most of the time. It's not like instant, but yeah. So yeah, and there's a good reason for that. So like, if you evade attacks literally as they happen, you get this thing called witch time, which makes the whole thing move in slow motion, which is quite nice actually. One of the best way to beat bosses actually. So like, okay, I'm gonna let this enemy get up, try to hit me, and try to activate witch time again. Can you? Nope. Apparently he doesn't want to fight. Okay, so finally I get to fight these guys. The one thing that's quite nice actually is that apart from that weird riding the horse cutscene, which I will not comment on too much, you can pretty much do most of the things in game. Most of the things Bayonetta does in cutscenes. Oh yeah, so it stopped me there to say I got Halos. Halos are basically the currency of this game. They really look like the rings in Sonic, so like I can't take them too seriously. But they're basically the currency in this game, and the better you combo off enemies, the more Halos you get. It's very typical in action games like this to get that kind of thing.
Didn't I say it? This is why I can't have nice things. Damn it, car! Start already!
By the way, while there's a lot of cutscenes now,
Holiday cheer.
the first game had, well, the prologue had probably 10-15 minutes of cutscenes, which was quite long.
Watch your mouth, Enzo.
But then it really went down from there. Like in mid-level, the cutscenes were much shorter or not as long. Well, those two are the same thing, but they were also less frequent, is what I meant. By the way, the character in the Santa costume basically is the shopkeeper, and obviously he's a demon who likes receiving halos that fall off angels. Because that's how he looks. And he's also extremely badass as a character. Yeah, I mean, come on, the guy's riding a car on walls, on the sides of a building. Okay. So now we've got new sweet guns. I don't know why the old guns were bad. Like, I have no idea. They were just cheap, apparently, and needed to be changed. That guy that's riding off, by the way, the first character, I'm not actually sure what his purpose is. Comic relief might be correct.
Beautiful.
And yeah, that guy is ridiculously badass.
Now it's time to be naughty.
Sorbin Climax, which they're explaining here, maybe poorly, is kind of your ultimate attack as you bash into enemies. I think you can get it as, like, you can get it by evading, you can get it by defeating enemies, doing combos. I'm not sure 100% what the absolute metric of it is, so like I don't know what would fill it faster. But generally, you just fill it like through play. And that's about it, pretty much. I have no idea how I did that attack, and it looked awesome. Although I noticed that my magic meter went slightly down, so it could be that it was unleashed as a magic attack, but I have no idea how it happened. Which is a shame, it looked amazing. Okay, so I didn't get to try it out, but I'm pretty sure I'll have a chance to get to try it out. Also, oh yeah, so Bayonetta does a lot of quick time attacks like that, where like all of a sudden you just have to like do a specific input. So it's very rare that they actually pop up like that. They tend to pop up a little more in between battles. And you kind of know when they pop up because they're like because all the bosses get killed with a quick time event, or when you do your ultimate attack there by using your magic meter, that works too. Okay, so I got like a health recovery from it. Sure. But yeah, like the action in this game is really quick. It may look confusing, by the way, but you actually have really good control of your character. So, I may get hits. Like I'll probably get it during this battle. I'm not that good that I'm gonna avoid all the hits unless I get really lucky. But one thing is, I never felt like I lost a Bayonetta for unfair reasons. It's very rare. Like there, I just didn't time my evade properly. It also seems like so when you guys see those attacks, by the way, it seems like those drain the magic meter. The like really massive ones where like there's a big portal and a massive foot or fist comes. I think those use up the magic meter because like all my magic meters are used up when I do it. Like that attack with like the gun was awesome, but it definitely used up my meter. I'm not sure how I did it. It'd be nice to know because it is actually awesome. So you do get quick time events like that, where like you get a bigger bonus the better you do the quick time events. But it's very rare while doing the quick time event that you can fill it. By the way, some of you may have noticed is I got a silver medal. So what Platinum Games does a lot in their games is they have kind of like they divide the actions into like, I would call them sub-chapters, where you get a score for how much damage, like you obviously reduce your score of how much damage you take. You increase your score with how many points you get from your combos. And I think how fast you go through the levels also matters. I think those are the three metrics. Wow. Okay, so yeah, so when I activate the ultimate attack, that uses up automatically all the orbs I have. And yeah, like this is the first boss battle. Like there aren't many games that do this kind of boss battle to start with. And it's not very hard, by the way. I mean, I am getting hit, but I don't think this boss battle is really difficult. So like, especially if it's your first game and you went on easy mode, I'm pretty sure you won't lose much energy. So I think it's better to start with things like this. Like, this is awesome. Like, you're on a train fighting the boss. All of a sudden, the train track blows up.
That was quick. Did you get everything?
And,
Forgot the cat.
John, your friend, pops along.
You think they're still open?
Yeah.
It's not Christmas without caviar. Let's finish this quickly then.
It's also saving mid-combat. Like there, they restored my health at the start of the battle, which is really nice, you know. And it definitely shows that it's the prologue rather than one of the later. Oh, jeez. One of the later battles. Like I like the fact they're not hiding like some awesome fight from you just because you're starting. Yeah, I've played enough games where like the first boss battle is not awesome and forgettable, and you're like, why did you introduce me to that? I mean, this is the introduction to your game. Like, it's the point which most players are going to view, so it's important that it's awesome. Like, it's important for presentation purposes and even from a general fun perspective. Like, I mean, it's fun for me to play a game and then like have like some ultimate boss battle unleashed like towards the end, and I think that's fine. But from time to time, I like to get my action right away. Like, you know, here. So yeah, so when the boss's energy is near depleted, there'll be like this pop-up that says climax, which you do with X and A, and you'll get a cinematic where you have to time a few quick time events. So yeah, so here, yep, button mash united spawnist. There we go. I like it. Like, look at that attack. It's so ridiculous. So over the top. By the way, if you have a Wii U and aren't sure about playing this game, get the demo. Like, the demo has the whole pro. It doesn't have like the opening cutscene that was good, but it has this, and this is awesome. Now, for fans of the first game, you didn't fight demons. You only fought angels. And like after an ultimate attack like this never happened. Your demon was, you know, it went away, and that was it. Yeah, this also happens in the demo. For some reason, she takes a massive hit, enough to separate her soul, and goes to hell. I mean, I assume it's hell. Like there were some like dark red hands that grabbed her and took her down.
Pets who don't listen to their masters.
Also, I don't remember in the first one Bayonetta having wings. So this is pretty friggin' awesome. The first time I saw this was awesome. By the way, I don't know if you can notice the boss's energy meter in the bottom right, but essentially, yeah, it's a multiple meter. So once I get through the blue meter, there's still the green meter to contend with. I don't know if the green meter is the last one, or we'll find out. And then after the green meter is the red meter. I think the red one is the last one. There we go. And by the way, just because she has wings doesn't mean I'm actually flying. It does seem like the character's really easy to control. It's just because you're kind of like on the same plane as the boss, and that's it. Like I didn't decide to go that far from the boss. It's just the way the fight plays out. most of the massive boss battles are actually semi-scripted, which means that at certain stages in their health, certain things will happen. Ooh, I didn't dodge that one by accident. Fire dodge it. Oh well. Yeah, so that's what I mean is like sometimes it's correct to multiple dodge just to avoid attacks like this. There we go. Yeah, the witch time thing is really useful. Like, it just like allows you to get free hits in without any danger to you. But the timing's pretty precise, although I tend to do it quite randomly. Like, I don't plan enough for which time. I do now because obviously I've played the first game a lot and I'm getting used to it. For the first time you'll play, you'll probably get which time mostly at random, which is fine and all. So yeah, the boss has like no energy now, so at some point, there we go, the climax pop-off comes in, and it's time. Oh yeah, this one got me off the first time I did the demo as well. I think if you don't do, I think I did like the quicker time well enough here. If you don't do the quicker time well enough, usually what happens is you take damage, the boss regenerates a little bit of health, and then yeah, the boss regenerates a bit of health, and you have to put it back down and try again. That one surprised me a bit because it wasn't a button mashing, it was surrounding the analog stick. Well, I'm pretty sure that's the end of the prologue. Yeah, so if you watch the trailers for this game...
Is revenge not all you desire? I know the one who destroyed your world.
Who's that character again? I saw him in the trailer, I just can't remember.
Who destroyed your love.
Who?
I don't know if he featured in the first game, I can't remember now. This character, by the way, the blue robe, did not feature in the first game as far as I can recall. And yeah, so this guy takes care of the shop, the Gates of Hell. It's a shop bar, you know, as you have.
Dragged to hell. It is what it is. Jean's gonna wander Inferno suffering for eternity. Them's the breaks.
Jeez.
I didn't ask you to tell me what I already know, Rodon. Especially if you're going to be flip about it.
You know better than that. You're not the kind to let that sort of summon go out of control, Bayonetta. Something's up. The balance of powers that keep things in check don't feel right, does it?
That Rodin is an awesome character.
She's pretty hot for a dead chick.
Oh my god.
You wasn't a big fan of her shit when she was in the realm of the living. But looking at her now... Nah, still not a fan.
Well, okay, wow, that guy was wrong. Beyond wrong.
She's right, Enzo. You're only really dead after your soul's been completely absorbed into another realm of the Trinity. But that's just a matter of time. Cause I don't see no way of saving a soul lost in hell.
Jeez.
What about the gates? The real gates of hell?
I can't stop you from trying to use them, but I don't think you got a chance down there. I'll see what I can do about putting her on ice for a while. You'll need this. The heart of an Umbra witch. The magic that keep your kind alive in this world for eternities. Should keep her body in this realm stable, but you'll need to reunite this with her soul if you're gonna try and bring her back. I figure you got about a day before it's game over.
Oh, that's pretty quick. Might as well go now.
Enzo, you've got a jet, right?
What? No. No, 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 no. I do not. No. Listen, I appreciate the situation.
He's got a
but
jet.
You know what today is? My kids got cookies baked for me at home. They're waiting for me. And I still gotta play Santa tonight.
Let the real Santa take care of the presents. Now let's go.
Hey, I said I believed, but Ed and Edna, you can't put one over on those cute little fuckers, let me tell you. Hey! Let go! Let go of me! Why do I always get wrapped up in this shit?
Ain't this motherfucker.
That toy jet has had a lot of airtime. I still don't know what its purpose is. Oh well. I'm actually gonna end this first video on this well around here. Oh yeah, so before I do, you'll notice here you get an award for the whole level. And you can see like I got silver, silver, gold. So they'll average what I get and give me an award at the appropriate time. So here, because silver is my average score, I got a silver award. It's pretty good. It gives the title a lot more replayability. Although you play the first playthrough, you're more likely to get bronze and silver, which is not great. Gold, platinum ones are tough. Platinum awards are very tough, like, because you can basically not screw up at all. Almost. Like, taking damage almost disqualifies you from it. It's pretty bad. You also get like bonuses for different things you do, so the award is like I'd get more halos if I had a better award, and the no item one is obvious because I couldn't use any. It breaks down as well what medals you got for what, so I was quite fast here, but didn't score enough points and took too much damage, which is fine. Yeah, so I'm gonna end this video here because the prologue was actually surprisingly long. I mean, it set up the scene quite a bit. The cutscenes like took a lot of it. So yeah, so in the next part, I'm gonna go through play through chapter 1, and yeah, thanks for watching. So, and I'll try to get chapter 1 online as soon as possible. Cheers, guys.